Jason Kander is an Army veteran and the president of National Expansion at Veterans Community Project, which is working to solve the homelessness crisis among our veterans. And he joins me now. Jason, I have to be completely transparent here. I've been a fan of you and your work for years now. And I think that Invisible Storm completely changed my life. And I spoke with my producer. I said, we got to get this guy on. So I appreciate you giving up your Thanksgiving Day to talk with us.
Oh, well, thanks, Nick, and thanks for your service as well. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Jason, let's jump right in there and talk about this. The holiday feast is one of the things that we take for granted, but there are so many men and women who are struggling right now, and a lot of it has to do happens when they separate from the military, where they no longer have that structure. Talk to us about why it's so important that we do the outreach and the work that you all do.
Sure. Well, Veterans Community Project is a place that recognizes that there's a disproportionate amount of veterans among the homeless population. And a lot of people wonder why that is. And the best way I can explain it is that, when you come out of the service, you've come out of, probably 4 years of, knowing where all your meals are going to come from, having your 3 squares a day. You haven't exactly had to go out and get health insurance. So you probably haven't even had to arrange for a cable bill. You've been dealing with other much heavier stuff. And then you are sort of dumped out into the world again, and you haven't really ever had to navigate civilian life in the way a lot of other people have. And perhaps you've dealt with some sort of trauma or just some other difficult situation while you were in the service, and you have trouble finding people who can relate, understand your situation. And over the course of time, you might end up homeless because at first you're going to, trade on relationships you already have. You're going to stay on couches of friends or family members. You're going to burn through your savings. And then eventually, when you have trouble navigating that world, that's when you're going to be more likely to be homeless. The good news is that the distance between homelessness and being permanently housed and successful and a contributing member of society again is a little bit shorter for the group of people we're talking about, because everybody we're talking about here can read and write. They've all got a technical skill. They've faced down adversity before. So what we do at Veterans Community Project is we restart the military to civilian transition back at day one. Whether or not you were homeless for a week or 20 years, we put you right back in that situation you were originally in when you were stable and successful, and we restart that transition, which is why we have an unprecedented 85% success rate at getting people permanently housed and keeping them there.
Jason, but the biggest piece of that can often be the complication of letting people know that those resources are available and encouraging them to reach out for that help. How do we make that leap and that connection?
Well, what we do at Veterans Community Project is something that I think the federal government could really emulate as well, which is we lower the barrier to entry down to almost nothing. Most people assume that if you wore the uniform, that you're eligible to go to the VA. And it's not that simple, unfortunately. There's a large percentage of people who, for whatever reason, it could be their discharge status. It could be that they weren't active duty long enough in the way that the federal government looks at it. They were guard, they were reserve. There's so many different ways that they could be told that they're not eligible to go to the VA. And then that barrier can seem like a mountain, and it can keep, and a lot of veterans, they're going to ask for help once, maybe twice. If you don't capture them at that point, you're not going to get the opportunity to help them. We're very familiar, most of us, with the statistic that 22 veterans a day in this country take their life. What most people have not heard is that of that 22, on average, 16 of those who take their life each day are not connected to any veteran-specific services of any kind at the time that happens, which means having the very low barrier to entry that we have, which is simply, did you raise your right hand and swear the oath? If so, we have no further questions. You qualify for 100% of our services. That's what allows us to bring folks in and to serve them in a way that really can change their lives.
Jason, I have less than a minute. In the Invisible Storm, you talk about how important your family was, pulling you out of that dark space and directing you towards services. For those who may have a family member in their own life who is struggling right now, how do you assist them, and what would you tell them in assisting that person to get the support that they need, that veteran?
Yeah, it's a really important question. The first thing I would say is that you're not going to be able to convince them by telling them how messed up they are. They have to figure this out on their own, but you can try and understand. You can ask a lot of questions. You can work really hard to try to understand their situation, and you can try and connect them with as many services as you possibly can. But you also have to remember that living with someone who's going through something like post-traumatic stress can have an effect on you. It can have an effect on other family members. And so you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. And because all the royalties for my book, Invisible Storm, come back to Veterans Community Project, I will shamelessly on this Thanksgiving Day say that you might want to give them a copy of my book, which is Invisible Storm: A Soldier's Memoir of Politics and PTSD.
And Jason, I'm out of time, but a message to our men and women serving in uniform overseas?
Nick and I aren't doing it anymore, and you are, so thanks very much.
Jason Kander, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.